When an individual lives in relationships with other people, we call him or her a person in relationships or a PIR. When an individual exists all by himself or herself, we do not call them a PIR. When a person lives in relationships with other people as an adult, the most basic elements are health, mind, and sexuality. The three elements are in an inseparable relation with one another. Firstly, when you lose health, you are considered to have lost everything. Health is directly related with our life and existence itself. We could lose our life itself by losing health. We will simply disappear from this world by losing health and dying eventually. Then there is no point in discussing mind or sexuality. It is only natural that we consider our health most important and do our best to take care of health. Secondly, when you lose mind, you lose happiness. All human beings pursue happiness in their life. When you lose mind, you become to pursue only the pleasure on your sensory organs. You become a pleasure seeker, and pleasure becomes the only goal in whatever you do. When your mind perishes, you exist with your body only relying on positive stimulations on sensory organs like an animal. Our mind makes us feel and think about the cause of existence in order to pursue happiness. As mind perishes and we lose the concept of happiness, the cause of existence also perishes. Then we would also lose the cause of existence in other people. When mind perishes, the person develops distorted thoughts and employs thinking only to pursue positive stimulations on sensory organs instead of happiness. He or she takes advantage of other people to satisfy the goal of his or her own pleasure. Those who have lost mind do not consider human relationships as we usually do. Since they form and maintain relationships with standards based on the goal of pleasure seeking, they tend to get involved with people with similar goals. These people do not hesitate to harm other people to achieve their selfish goals. Thirdly, when you lose sexuality, it does not affect you much as far as you have healthy body and mind. Sexuality exists only as a supporting element and affects the body and the mind in the process of pursuing happiness in mind. Sexuality is to be activated to restore the operation of mind when problems occur in mind operation. Sexual desire occurs when human mind attempts to restore itself. Problems occur when people do not understand this mechanism and pursue sexual pleasure itself instead of happiness in mind. When your mind perishes, you become to live for positive sensory stimulations, and when you focus on positive sensory stimulations more and more, your mind perishes more and more. Mind is always operating in connection with the body, so when the mind perishes, the body also perishes. Sexual desire is the energy for restoring mind and must be used only for the original purpose. When sexual energy is contained inside you and used properly instead of being indiscreetly released through sexual actions, you can restore both your body and mind. When you have your body and mind operate in a healthy way, pursuing happiness as a person in relationships, sexuality does not have to be activated to support your pursuit of happiness. Then you may not feel much need for activating sexuality and may not be interested in sexual actions a lot. It is more accurate to say that we do not activate sexuality rather than we lose sexuality. When we live with healthy body and mind, sexuality is not that important. It is difficult for us to recognize the operation of our own mind when we lose them, but people around us may easily recognize it. It is recommended that you and people around you always check for changes in mind in daily life.